Hello there, welcome to my channel, Tranquility. No, not Tranquility. I knew I'd get something wrong as it's a different day. Welcome to my channel, New Beginnings, my everyday life in rural Cyprus. And as the title says, this is Thursday and this is replacing my live just for this week on Wednesday, as I was having tests at the hospital yesterday. So I still wanted to bring you a live. And in today's live, I'm going to answer the questions that I tried to answer in my last live on Monday. And a couple of things I couldn't bring the words, think of the words, what things were called. And also one question of the questions I did give an answer, but I said, I'm sure if I think about it, I will think of better answers. So I am going to do both of those things in this live. But first of all, let's have a look. Let's do thinking about what our mood is today and the reasons why, and then I will share my mood of the day. So what is your mood today? Let me know in the comments below, and of course your reason why. Mine's easy today. I did do a community post today and I put the same one up, accomplished. I have done so much today, and I have done a video which I will share with you, and it will show you what I've been doing today. So I won't spoil that. That will be coming up. Okay, normally on a Wednesday, so we'll pretend it's Wednesday because this is what you've tuned in for. We do puzzle piece, and I've got a different one for you today. Okay, so today's an easy one, very easy one, because there's not a right or wrong answer. And I'm sure you probably did these at school or when you was younger. Someone gives you a word and you make as many words as possible from that word. And also you see not only who can make the most words, but who can make the longest word out of it. And I'll put in the comments now The word is a champagne. And for those of you just listening, checking your spelling, CHAMPAGNE. Now, if the letter A, for example, in the word champagne, there are 2 letter A's. So therefore, you can use letter A twice because there are 2 in that word. But something like the letter C, there is only 1 letter C. So you can't reuse a letter C within 1 word. So some words would be okay. If there's 2 of them, you can use them twice. But if there's only 1, you can only use it 1 time in each word. So I won't do an answer today. I'm going to let you take that word away, and we will come back next Wednesday and see who has made the most words. So in the comments, don't write all your words, just put how many words you've made, and also what is the amount of letters in your longest word. So put five letters for the longest word, or 6 letters for the longest word. Don't put your words, and then next week we'll come back to it and see if I can make longer words than you. I think the longest word I can make is 5 letters. I think 5. So see what you can make. There's lots of 4-letter words. You can make words of any length, whatever you want. You can make abbreviations. You can do it. There's no rules as long as they are proper words. And as I say, tell me in the comments throughout the week, drop a comment here and say I've made 20 words and my longest word is 5 letters long. And then come back next week and we'll see who's got the most. And then I will ask you for your longest word if you have got the most. So as I say, beat 5 if you can. See if you can find 5-letter words. How many 5-letter words can you make? Or can you make a 6-letter or more word? So there won't be an answer in this video. We will come back to this one next week for our puzzle piece. So returning at the end of the video for that. Okay, what shall we do next? Let's recap Monday. And the first thing, I was talking about my favourite ice cream. Now, it's like one you buy from a shop or an ice cream van or something like that, that sort of ice cream. And I was explaining it's kind of like a choc ice, but it's not a choc ice. And a bit like, you know, when you have a slab of ice cream in the middle of 2 wafers. Let's say it's more like that. But what it is, it's 2 very soft biscuity bits. Instead of wafers, it's like 2 biscuity sort of things. They're curved, very soft, cross between biscuit and cake or cookie, like that. And then in the middle is like a slab of ice cream. The bottom half is ice cream with, I think it's got chocolate bits in it. And the top half, it's all one slab, but the top half has been dipped in chocolate. So it has a chocolate coating. And I said, I cannot remember the name of it. I cannot. Whereas we were driving back from the hospital yesterday, you know, your traffic moves and you stop. And I was right outside the shop that sells ice creams, and they had pictures of different ice creams, and they had that one right there. And I saw it, and it's got Maxibon, Maxibon, Maxibon. That's what it's called. Do you know of that one? I love it. And tell me in the comments below what your favourite form of ice cream, popsicle, lollipop, that kind of thing is. As I say, my favourite just ice cream flavour is possibly mint chip chop. So it's green ice cream, like mint ice cream with chocolate bits in as well. And I like choc ice. I really like choc ice. So again, I would go for a mint choc ice. So that was that one I want to catch you up on. The other one I want to catch you up on that I said I did have an answer, but I was sure there was a better answer. So I asked Mike what would my answer be, and the question was on Monday, what is the weirdest thing you have in your house? And I said, oh, it's probably something I've collected, like saved from when I was younger or something like that. And all I could come up with was my mother always kept my teeth, my baby teeth. And I thought I still have them. I'm pretty sure I still have them. Although when I talked about these before, I couldn't remember if I actually threw them away, thinking, what on earth have I still got them for? That was my answer on Monday. But I said to Mike, what would my answer be? And straight away, he said, your weird finds in the garden, your snake skins and other things like that. And I have done a video. I can't remember if it's on this channel or my other channel, but I've got them here to show you live. I have a shoebox, and they're all in the shoebox in the back of one of my cupboards. So let's see. The first thing is a snake skin. These are all from my garden. I found in my garden. And I put it in an old video case because in the end they start to crumble up. So there is a snake skin that I found in my garden. And if I remember rightly, is this the one you can see these sort of dark eyes? I don't want to get it out because, as I say, they do start to crumble. No, I don't think it's that one. No, I don't think it's that one. One you can see, like the dark eyes. So that's a snake skin. That's one of the weird things. Would you say that was a weird thing? I don't know. Then I've got another old video box. Ah, this is the one where you can see the eyes, where the eyes would have been, and the mouth. So here's another snake skin. Now the head is here, it's upside down to you. I don't know if you can see, if you go and look on the video, can you see the big bobbly bit, the eye? Remember, it's upside down and then the mouth is open at the, what's at the top. So as I say, the video, I'll possibly show you more. And I like them because I like seeing the underneath of the snake and how it's different to the top. And this one is really good. This piece right here, you really see the scales well. You see how it tapers off. It gets to the tail. So there. It's like show and tell today. So that one. Another video box. I haven't gone through these, so I've forgotten what's in them. Oh, another snake skin. Now, this isn't a complete one, but it's a bigger snake, so it's part of the snake skin. And this one's good because here you can see the lines of the underside, how it would have pushed its way out. So I always say, whatever size snake skin you find, there is a bigger snake alive somewhere nearby. They're very territorial. They will have babies and they will have them in the same area. Unless you actually kill a snake, you will always continue to have that same type of snake. Now, we have good snakes and bad snakes. On my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty, I have gone through every snake that there is in Cyprus in separate videos. So if you're interested in that, it's probably the playlist is animals. And then go down, you will find that. Got another one. Oh, this is two little tiny ones in here. Two little tiny ones. Two little tiny ones. So there. I have done a video where I've found a really long one, but it was all tangled in and out of a hedge, so I wouldn't have got it out in one piece. But there's a video of me panning all the way along to show you the long one. We have this. Now, I haven't found this. This my sister had. It's a seahorse. And it was in a kit where you could, in the 70s, you could do, I don't know what it is. You could make paperweights, and this came within it for you to make paperweights, a kit. And I love seahorses. I think they're so interesting. So that is just something I have. She let me have one of the seahorses when I was younger. Now we have these. Now I found these in my garden. These are the shell of cicadas. And again, I've done whole videos on cicadas and their life cycle and how they come out the ground, and then they leave the shell behind them and then become a fully fledged cicada. So I've saved 2 here. So these are 2 cicada shells. Oops, that one's just jumped out. So you've got cicada shells. So they come out the ground and then they hang on somewhere, crawl out, and they're a fully fledged cicada then. And you find these shells everywhere. I love those. So there's 2 of those. Put those in a little box. So they're cicada shells. I think that's a pretty unique more thing. What's in this one? Nothing. There's a little top. Nothing in there. I don't know why that's in there. Something else I've got that you may consider a weird thing. A goat hoof. Goat hoof. So one of the goats that come by lost its hoof. So I have a goat hoof. I have goat skulls. I have goat skulls in my garden, and I have the goat horns. I have those. I have this. Now again, I've done videos on it. Don't know if any of you know what this is. This is a bug's nest. And these are like the paper wasp, like similar to the paper wasp, but this is a mud daubler. A mud daubler. If you go on my Bugs and Insects Friends or Foe playlist, you will see all about these. And this is like their nest. And these nests, if you've got an old bookcase and your books are forward, they will maybe make it behind that. In a corner of a cupboard, like shelves, they will make it there. They would just put these anywhere. So it's not a nest like a bee's nest or anything like that. And then they lay their babies in those. So that's that. And it's quite, it's made of like earth, basically, earth and things. And it can be quite crumbly. You just like knock it and it all fall apart. So I have that. I hope this is answering my Monday's question. What's the weirdest things I have? And then I have 2 petrified geckos. And these were squashed in, I think one was in a door and one was in a window, squashed, and they became petrified. I don't know how well you can see them. This is an old cassette box. Let me take them out. So they're basically petrified now. I hope you can see that clearly. That's better. So it's a petrified gecko. There's one. And then the other ones look quite a bit smaller. So there's the other one. So there's those. I think definitely is the weirdest things I have. So definitely answering that properly today. I think that's all. Oh no, one more thing. Now this wasn't found in my garden, but this was found at the beach nearest my house. And it's a sea urchin. Sea urchin I found on the beach. So there's that. So give me thumbs up if you think definitely I do have some weird things. Are those things weirder than my teeth, my baby teeth? What do you think? Let me know. And if you weren't on the live on Monday and you didn't join in the chat and say what's the weirdest thing you've got in your house, then do tell me in the comments below what what is the weirdest thing in your house? The question, I think, did start off, what's the weirdest thing that you've ever seen in a house? And then we went on to that. So they're safely back in the box. Okay, let's go on to Wednesday's quote corner. I'm going to confuse some of you now because it's Thursday, but let's have Wednesday's quote corner for Thursday. Okay, let's go on to Craft Corner, and I will show you the update of my current cross stitch project. Firstly, I've got all the bits and pieces in this bag, and this bag was made by one of my workawayers, and she actually presented it to us with lots of gifts in on their arrival. So I've kept it. I thought I could put a gift in it. I thought, no, it's so pretty, and I've never had a use for it, but I thought, yes. So this has got the craft project in. It hasn't got my threads or anything in. It's got my chart that I follow. So I've got the chart there on the magnetic board. It's got the picture of what I'm doing, and it's got the code of the colours. And somewhere in here is the project. There's a project then. Do you find that when you rearrange things, you then can't find things anymore? You're like, I put it somewhere really good. Okay. Oh, while we're talking about people that have visited here, I just got a message from one of you guys that tells me you're going to be in Cyprus in August, and can you come for a visit? Of course. I've always said you could all come and stay here as well. So, yes, we're getting that sorted out. Can any of you guess who it is? Okay, so that's how that's coming along. I said I was filling in all this side. I've done some from the bottom upwards and then some from the top downwards, because I suddenly get completely lost where I am. So I stop that direction and then start the opposite side. So I'm doing pretty well. You'll see there's still some squares here, but this is a third colour. I thought it was just the two colours, but there are a few odd bits of other colours. So that's coming along. I think I might continue down with those dark colours and go as far down as those dark colours are and finish up doing those. So as I say, for you, there's probably not a lot of change as in the picture, but I want to get all this dark done. I'll carry on down here. So there's a lot more to go on that. Haven't done any this week yet, so you've got a change from last time you saw it, but I haven't done any since then. So I'll pop that back in there. So that just looks better on the side in the bag rather than in the plastic it was in. What shall we do now? Let's do a little bit of this. Okay, let's check the comments while we're there. We have Stitching It Up. It says, hello to Dawn. Hope you got the right day there. Treasure Woman, hello to you. Guys, do go and check out the channels that you see come on the chat. Good evening, you got it right. Well done. But then you're in Wales, so I'm 2 hours ahead of you. So good for you for knowing that, knowing there. So yes, as I say, guys, do go and check out the channels. And if you like what you see when you go on their channels, then hit their thumbs up. Hope all is well. Yes, I've got an update video coming up quite soon, so you will see what's going on. And I'm doing a video. I'm going to edit one tomorrow about what's going on with YouTube, where that's gone. So that's on Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty, how it's win-win. Okay, so joke of the day, and this comes from an after dinner speech. And they say, a daughter came home from school having had a lecture on sex. And the mother said, what did you learn today, darling? And the daughter said, we had a lecture on sex, Mummy. The mother was somewhat worried. The daughter said, Mummy, do you and Daddy have sexual relations? And the mother says, well, yes, darling. And the daughter says, why have I never met them? So that's quite fun. Quite fun. Okay, shall we do some Q&A? Let's do some Q&A. So I hope you enjoyed Monday's Q&A. If you want to learn more about me, go and look at my Monday live that I just did. We had such a laugh on Monday, so go and check that out. Okay, so let's see what questions I have today. What broken bones have you had? So if you're in the chat, you can answer the question. What broken bones have you had? I've never had a broken bone as a child. You know, that typical children fall over or do gymnastics and break a bone. Never had that. Mine have all been older, adult. Don't think I've done anything as a teenager either. I've had fractured foot, I've had broken toes. My head's the broken thing. My head's the broken thing, my poor brain. But you can't break your brain. No, it just got smashed up. But no, I think broken foot is probably... Never had a broken arm. I had fractures. See, fractures really aren't that bad unless it's gone wrong and then you have to have an operation on it. I did do a hairline fracture on my arm. I fell out of a C5 Sinclair. Do you know what that is? C5 Sinclair. Tell me if you know what that is. I fell out of one of those. It tipped over. Show my age now. Oh no, says Treasure Woman. Oh no. Okay. What mythical creature would you be? Mike, my husband, calls me a merbabe. Mythical creature. I think maybe a dragon. I think I'd be a dragon. I could live on my own in a cave. And then it's a cage then, in a cave. I could fly. That would be pretty cool. No one would bug me because I breathe fire on them. But dragons are good. Dragons are actually good. They are for the good people. Yes, I'm going to say a dragon. What about a phoenix? A phoenix would be quite good. That would be good too. Phoenix flies again. That would be pretty cool. Yes. So phoenix or a dragon. Phoenix or a dragon. That's what I would be. What would you be? Let me know in the comments. The next question is best pizza toppings. Best pizza toppings. I said on Monday we were talking about your favourite condiments, and I said like a garlic mayonnaise. So I would have garlic, has to be on a pizza. I like a stuffed crust pizza where you turn the edge over and you have cheese, like stretchy, runny cheese in it. I do like jalapenos, or jalapenos, as some of you say. I do like those. I like chili sauce. If I've got to choose one thing, it's got to be garlic on a pizza. Did it say your favourite? No, just best toppings in general. Onions good on a pizza. Peppers all right on a pizza. I'm not a pineapple pizza person. To me, pineapple's dessert, not savoury. So I wouldn't have pineapple. I wouldn't have ham. I wouldn't have tomato. I wouldn't have olives. I like quite sloppy ones. Is it Pizza Hut or Pizza Express that does Sloppy Joe? Mike has that. So I like a runny sauce like that. Meat, as in beef or something like that. A what?
Sloppy Giuseppe.
Sloppy Giuseppe. What did I say then?
Pizza Express.
Pizza Express, says Mike. So something like that. Saucy. Yeah. Garlic, as I say, garlic sauce, that would be ultimate. Garlic sauce or chili sauce, jalapenos, onions, cheese, not just a cheese pizza. I wouldn't have that. I like cheese, lots of cheese on top of the pizza, but not just a cheese pizza. So that's my answer to that. Let's do one more. How would you spend a day with someone you dislike? In solitary confinement. Then they wouldn't be allowed to be with me. That's it. That's my answer. I just came up with that. Solitary confinement. So I can amuse myself on my own for ages. Yeah, if I really, really dislike them. Or the nice answer would be doing something they like to do and get to know them better. That's your proper answer, isn't it? So I would ask them what they would like to do and get to know them better. So they're my answers for today. If you've got any questions, funny or serious, do drop a comment and I will answer your questions, perhaps on my next video that will be a Q&A. So look out for that. Okay, I'm going to finish there for today as it's Thursday. I don't really do a live on a Thursday, but as I say, I wanted to come back with the answers from Monday that I knew I had better answers. I don't normally come back, but as I say, I couldn't think of the name of that ice cream, and that's Maxibon. And when I said to Mike, what was the weirdest thing I've got in the house, he came up straight away with the answer. I was surprised I forgot about that. But what is weird to one person is not weird to another. And I've said this about people have asked me before, what's the weirdest thing you've eaten? And there's different answers because what's weird to me might be normal for you, depending on where you're from. And also what's normal for me, I did answer a question before on this, and I said, not weird for me, but I know it will be weird to most of you. And it was indeed. And if you're wondering what that answer was, it was cockles and winkles. Cockles and winkles. Okay, so as I say, fish in there as it's a Thursday today. Thank you for those who dropped in. Go and check them out. And I will see you back as normal next week, as far as I know. So back on a Monday live and a Wednesday live, normal time. And thank you for those who keep saying they are watching back my lives later. And I will be here tomorrow. Going to be confusing doing 2 lives in a row. Back tomorrow on my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. And I'm going to take you somewhere out. I'm going to take you out somewhere. So where that will be, who knows? So tune in tomorrow and you'll see that on my other channel. So until next time, as always, Meraki.